How bad is this Meet Kevin ETF? I am not kidding. You have to tell me, am I tripping? Am I being crazy to think this? We have to look into the details of this ETF that he just released, this pricing power ETF, whatever it's called. Guys, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because this is amazing progress in this kind of YouTube financial space where you can actually have your own ETF because of your presence and what you're kind of known for in this financial YouTube space. So that's amazing just in itself. But man, I think you can do better than this because Meet Kevin is not known as a long-term investor. His heart is not even in stocks like that. He's more of a macro type of guy. For him to have this like long-term ETF kind of play is just so weird. So we're gonna get into it, but also I might be totally wrong because a lot of people might love this ETF because the two main companies, Tesla, Apple, yes, Tesla and Apple are the forefront of this ETF, and many people love these companies and they think they can still grow 20%, maybe 15, 30%, whatever it is into the future. So I might be completely wrong. So I want your opinion on this ETF because there's a lot of different angles that we can take this. So let's get into it in this video. Let's see if we would invest with Meet Kevin for this ETF. So when I first saw this, I thought this was like fake, but it was on the Wall Street Journal. So I'm like, damn, this has to be legit, or maybe has the inclination of being legit because man, the Wall Street Journal can get stuff wrong as well. But man, it's real because I don't really follow Meet Kevin in his YouTube channel. I know of him. I kind of see him here and there, but I don't really follow him. So for him to have this ETF, I was like, damn, because I know he was in real estate like a long time ago and that's kind of his forte. So for him to have like a more stock focused like ETF, I was kind of shocked. So the interesting thing about this article is that they're already shading him. They're like almost saying that this is trash ETF. Like this is not even a real thing. Let's read some of this. Meet Kevin, the ETF, YouTube financial influencer who touted FTX puts your money where your mouth is. Look what it's already saying. He touted FTX. Look at this person who already promoted this garbage. And look what he's doing right now. He is making an exchange traded fund. So basically what an ETF is, it's gonna follow the index or follow stocks or follow commodities. Like whatever you want this ETF to follow, it will track it. It will track exactly what you want it to track. So that's what Meet Kevin is potentially doing. And the difference between mutual funds is that you can actually purchase this on the stock market. So you can purchase it, you can sell it. So that's pretty much the difference between mutual funds because Meet Kevin is actually going to actively manage this. So this is pretty much a real thing. So I was like, damn. So one of the most successful until recently, look what they're already saying. One of the most successful until recently. Known for his 1.8 million YouTube followers, Meet Kevin has morphed from being a real estate guru to doling out general investing advice with popular videos like how to retire in 7 years starting with $100. So guys, they're shading him. They keep talking about this crypto exchange FTX and how he just put his money there and he was just getting money from it, but it went bankrupt. So guys, they're going at him. The Meet Kevin Pricing Power Exchange Traded Fund will hold companies with a track record of disrupting mature industries, electric vehicles, operating within disruptive industries, social media, blockchain, or company historical patterns of launching hardware or software products that are first to market. Guys, does this not remind you of like Cathie Wood? Like what is going on? And that's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, this is literally Cathie Wood 101. Like, I guess he's going to be doing it with more profitable companies. So that might be like the miracle thing that's going to happen, that he's going to be different than Cathie Wood, is that he's going to promote profitable companies instead of what kind of Cathie Wood does, more disruptive, unprofitable companies. So maybe that's the big change. And the crazy thing I saw in this was they're basically telling you that this is all just to enrich Meet Kevin. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, this is what this article is preaching. I'm like, damn, man. You're not even giving him any kind of slack. Like, it's crazy what this article is saying. Fund management is a tough business and many ETFs fail to gain traction even when the markets are frothy, which they aren't at the moment. Luckily for Kevin, being telegenic sometimes trumps actually enriching investors. A case in point, in one-time star manager Cathie Wood, who's actively managed ETFs, have badly lagged behind the market since early last year, but continue to attract inflows. So they're pretty much saying is that Cathie Wood is still attracting inflows because of her talking points and how Bitcoin's gonna go to 1 million and whatever. And Kevin is gonna attract that same audience, those same amount of influence because he has a huge presence online. And his expense ratio, I think it's higher than Cathie Wood's. So he's just going to keep getting inflows no matter if he performs or doesn't perform. So this basically is saying like he's just trying to enrich himself. So let's actually get into the stocks that he owns in this pricing power ETF. Guys, is this ETF trash? Like, we have to find out, is this ETF trash? Is it good? Like, what is it, man? So let's read some of this right now. About Me, Kevin Pricing Power ETF. The investment seeks long-term capital appreciation. The fund is actively managed. It's actively managed by Kevin, man. That was a huge red flag. That's a huge red flag just because we know when people are actively managing their ETF or these stocks, they do worse in the market. And that's just proven from mutual funds, from just different people investing in the stock market. When you go in and out of stocks, and remember, Kevin goes in and out of stocks like crazy because he's a macro guy. How much are you going to bet that he's going to be able to predict this market or predict future markets? Because he really actively trades in and out of companies. Remember, he made a video of selling everything, and he made a couple of videos of saying selling everything. So do you really think he can actually continue to do this? So are you going to bet that he's going to continue to just like predict these market trends and environments? Like, that's not really a long-term investment in my eyes. So I don't know how much you can trust with that. That's why it's a huge red flag for me. His top 10 holdings, and this was kind of just eye-opening. This kind of being like, whoa. Tesla, Apple, US Treasury 2-year notes. Guys, this is just Tesla and Apple pretty much. Why wouldn't you just buy those two companies? That's what's going to drive the returns of this ETF. Tesla and Apple. Like I don't understand, like, what's the purpose of buying Tesla at these high points, in my opinion? I still think Tesla has a long way to go, but that growth can't last forever. Like, what is it going to gain? 40% year after year after year in this tough market position, tough market environment? Like, and Elon is not even really focused on Tesla like he was before when he's on the ground every single day. He's not there. He's at Twitter. He's doing other stuff. Like, so Tesla is like a questionable bet for 22% in this type of market. Like, I don't know, man. And Tesla, in my opinion, is still kind of expensive. So Apple, come on, man. Like, how fast do you think Apple is going to grow? Like 5%, 6% year after year, maybe? And it's going to have probably some struggling times. So I think like this right now is just like Apple is more of a safe play. The Treasury note is a safe play. I like the Taiwan semiconductor because that's going to be a booming market, 7%. So I think that's a good bet. Trade Desk is like a digital marketing company. I don't really know about too much about it. His emphasis, NVIDIA, Audio Desk, Advanced Micro Devices. So those stocks, okay, those can do pretty good or they might not do good. Who knows? But honestly, like, this ETF is kind of shocking. Like, I don't see huge potential for this ETF because I think the prices that he got NVIDIA at, AMD at, I still think they're kind of still high. Like, why does he have Treasury notes in his freaking ETF? If you're going to really pick stocks, you can tell by this whole portfolio, it's to be disruptive. It's supposed to get innovation at the forefront. So he's basically a Cathie Wood he's basically an evolved Cathie Wood, in my opinion. So I don't really like these picks because I think there's cheaper stocks than Tesla, Apple. I like Taiwan. I kind of like Trade Desk, but I don't really know too much about it. NVIDIA and AMD, I think they're a little bit too high. Tell me what you think about this ETF. It's basically a Tesla, Apple, Treasury note ETF. These two stocks are basically going to drive your returns into the future. So if you believe in these two stocks, why would you follow this ETF? And it's actively managed by him. And he goes in and out of positions and you don't know what he's going to do. We have no good, solid track record of his performance. So why would we give him money? Like, I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think about this portfolio. Would you trust it? Tesla and Apple are going to drive your returns pretty much. Guys, leave your comment down below. Tell me what you think about this ETF, man. Peace.